from Knowledge Hub by Sri Chaitanya. In our previous session, we have started with the topic chemical reactions and equations from grade 10 chemistry. So we have covered there what is a chemical reaction, what is a chemical equation, how to make the equations more informative, and also we have learned how to balance chemical equations. Now in today's session, we will be studying about the types of the reactions. Do you remember what was a chemical reaction? Okay, I'll just bring it up for you. So, a reaction in which a chemical change occurs is known as a chemical reaction. And these chemical reactions are of different types. So, today let's cover those topics. So, here are those reactions. So, as you can see here, the very first reaction is combination reaction. Second, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation, reduction, and redox reactions. Let's start with our first reaction. What is it? It's combination reaction. What do you mean by combination reaction? Just go to your mathematics. What do you mean by the word combine? Combining is mixing two things, forming something. The same thing here. When two substances are combined to form one single product, it is called as a combination reaction. So what is combination? Two substances are reacting to form one single product is called as a combination reaction. So we represent the reaction as A plus B gives AB. A is one substance, B is another substance. These both are reacting to form one single product which is AB. Let's see some examples. What is this? Magnesium. What's this? Oxygen. So magnesium is reacting with oxygen to form MgO. What do you know what is MgO? MgO is magnesium oxide. So magnesium when reacts with air, that is your oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. Have you observed here? Two substances are reacting or combining to form one single product. It need not be only two. It can be two or more. Another example, burning of coal. What is coal? It's just your carbon, right? So carbon is reacting with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. It is example again of a combination reaction. Got this? So combination is what? Two or more reactants are combining to form one single product is combination. That's it. So now let's move to our next reaction, which is decomposition reaction. So what is a decomposition reaction? I'll make it simple for you. So combination was two or more reacting, one single. Just the opposite of combination is decomposition. So one reactant is breaking up into two or more products is a decomposition reaction. I'll just quote you with an example. First, suppose you are there, okay, and your parents want you to excel in studies. They want you to get very good marks, or they want you to improve in your academics. So they have to provide you something, like they have to join you in some good school. They provide you must with good books and with good teachers. Then you'll be providing them with the required result, right? Same thing here also. For a substance to break down into two or more products, you must give them something. What will you give? You can give them heat, or you can give electricity, or you can give light. So either of the substances you are providing, fine, the reactant is happy to give products. So here are those. If I am giving heat for the reactant to break down into two or more products is called as thermal decomposition. If that is electricity, then it is called electrolytic decomposition. And if you are providing sunlight for breaking of this reactant, it is called photolytic decomposition. So as I told you, it is just the opposite of combination, right? So our combination was A plus B gives AB. Just see, it's opposite. AB gives A plus B. So one single reactant is breaking into two or more products is called as a decomposition reaction. As I told you, you need to give something to the reactant, then only it will break down into products. So what are they? Heat, then it is called thermal decomposition. Providing light, then it is called photolytic decomposition, you're providing electricity, then it is called electrolytic decomposition. Clear? Next, displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction now? It's just like your substitution. Like suppose I'm there, if I'm absent today, someone else will come into my place. Correct? Substituting somebody. Same here. So displacement reaction is nothing but when a more reactive metal is displacing a less reactive metal from its compound is called as a displacement reaction. You can look at the examples. So here, zinc is reacting with HCl. Zinc, as I told you in the definition, more reactive metal will be displacing less reactive. So zinc is more reactive or more powerful than hydrogen. So what will it do? It will tell hydrogen, just move away from my place. So zinc will come and sit here. So what will happen? ZnCl2 plus H2. This is an example of displacement reaction. One more example. Zinc plus copper sulfate. Again, zinc is more reactive than copper. So then what will zinc do? It will tell copper, just go away from my place. So what will happen? Copper will leave, zinc will come and sit there. So ZnSO4 plus Cu. Here you must come up with a doubt. Ma'am, how will I know who is more powerful or who is more reactive? That is called as a reactivity series, where here you will be having the order of the metals showing you the reactivity. Okay? If something is on the top, it is more reactive. If something is at the bottom, it is less reactive. So what is a reactivity series? Here comes the reactivity series. Can you see this? Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold, and you also have platinum metals. And something you must take care is hydrogen. The metals, this reactivity series is for metals. So below hydrogen, the metals which are present below hydrogen are less reactive, and those above hydrogen are more reactive. Just observe here, zinc was there, copper was there. Correct? Zinc is here, copper is here. So zinc is more reactive than copper. That's why zinc will move away this copper or displaces copper. So zinc is coming here, forming ZnSO4. Then you might ask me, ma'am, very nice series is there. Now how will I remember this? I'll tell you one simple technique. Instead of learning this whole thing, let us learn only these 5 metals. If those 5 metals are coming here, obviously you can displace them. You'll know that, okay fine, this is less reactive, I'll displace it. These metals, again this is also difficult for me. Fine, remember this as, this is how I remember. So, remember this as Chapa metals. Okay? C is for copper. H is for mercury. Why mercury is H? Hg. Hg stands for mercury. Then it is silver, Ag. P is for platinum and A is for gold. Just check those Chapa metals. Here is your platinum and here is your gold. So these Chapa metals are less reactive. For your grade 10, these Chapa metals are enough. You will be getting questions only on these Chapa metals. So you will just, if you can see a Chapa metal here, fine, displace it. Again, one more thing. You want to study this whole series now. How will you remember? Fine. I have a mnemonic for you. Just see this. Please stop calling me a zebra. Instead, learn how copper makes silver, gold and platinum. Please stop calling me a zebra. Instead, learn how copper makes silver, gold and platinum. That's all. Done with your series. See here. First one was please. Please means potassium. Please is potassium. Potassium, what is the symbol? K. So, why K? Why? Because it has this Latin name called Kalium. That's why it is K. Similarly with sodium. Stop. S is sodium. Na. Again, why Na? It is natrium. Next metal. Calling. So it is calcium. Me. So it is magnesium. It is aluminium. Zebra is zinc. Instead, I is iron. Iron is again ferrum. That's why it is Fe. Learn is lead. Plumbum. That's why it is Pb. How is your hydrogen? How is your hydrogen? Copper. Cu. Makes us again mercury. Hg. Silver is Ag. Gold is Au. And Pt is your platinum. That's all. You're done with your series. Let's do it again. So what is that? Please stop calling me a zebra. Instead learn how copper makes silver, gold and platinum. That's all. If you feel this is little difficult to remember, till your grade 10, I told you one more mnemonic, it was Chapa metals. So you remember your Chapa, you're done with your displacement. If you want to learn more, you'll remember this mnemonic, that is also done. Fine. So what was a displacement reaction? More reactive metal will displace less reactive metal. Correct. Suppose I'm a teacher. Here is my student. So what will happen? So I'll tell my student, please go away, I want to sit there. So obviously what will happen? The student will just get away from the place and I'll sit there because I'm more powerful. Just opposite. If the student is sitting here and I'm sitting there, student comes to me and say, ma'am, move away from here. Why will I move? I won't move. That means whenever a low reactive metal is there, it cannot displace a more reactive metal. In such cases, there is no reaction that is going to happen. Okay? Suppose I have this the same way. Copper plus ZnSO4. So copper is here. Where is Zn? Here. So copper is less reactive than zinc. So copper cannot displace zinc. Then there is no reaction. Okay? Only a more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal. Fine. The next reaction is your double displacement reaction. This is a very simple reaction. Just exchange of ions. So, a double displacement reaction is a reaction in which ions are exchanged between two reactants forming new compounds. So, let us see a reaction. AB plus CD gives AC plus BD. So, there is an example. Barium chloride. So, Ba is barium, chloride is Cl. Sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. What are the ions present in barium chloride? Barium ion and chloride ion. So it is Ba plus 2 and Cl2 will form 2Cl minus. Obviously, right? Whenever you want a compound to be formed, there must be a cation and an anion. So I am having this compound called barium chloride. So I will be having my cation as barium and my anion as chloride. So sodium sulfate, it will be Na plus and SO4 2 minus. Okay, just exchange your ions, that's it. So this is positive, this is negative, correct? This is again positive and this is again negative. Exchange the ions. This plus with this minus and this plus with other minus, that's it. So barium and sulfate, what will they form? Barium sulfate, it's your precipitate, and NaCl, sodium chloride, that's it. One more reaction, your simple neutralization reactions also come under double displacement reaction. What's your neutralization reaction? Reaction of an acid with a base to form salt and water is called as a neutralization reaction. So let me take an acid, HCl, let me take a base, the famous base, most used base is your sodium hydroxide. Do the same thing. This is plus, H is plus, Cl is minus, Na is plus, OH is minus, plus minus, exchange. So it will form NaCl and H2O. That's it. So acid plus base will be forming salt plus water. So this reaction is an example of a double displacement reaction. So all your neutralization reactions, you can just quote them as examples for double displacement reactions. Sounds easy? Fine. Next, oxidation and reduction reaction. This is a very important reaction. What is oxidation reaction? What is reduction reaction? So, oxidation reaction and reduction. Make them easy. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. Remember it like that. It's easy. So, addition of oxygen. And reduction, removal of oxygen. So, what is oxidation reaction? The reaction in which there is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is termed as oxidation. Let's see an example. Copper plus oxygen is forming copper oxide. Can you see something here? There is copper, Cu. I've added oxygen. So copper is forming copper oxide. There is addition of oxygen. What is addition of oxygen? Oxidation, right? So addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is oxidation. So what will be reduction? Just the opposite of it. So it will be removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. Correct? So this is your reduction. So the removal of oxygen from a substance or addition of a hydrogen to a substance is called as reduction. Let's see an example. Copper oxide plus hydrogen is forming copper and H2O. Can you see this? Copper oxide. What is it forming? Copper. From CuO to Cu, what happened there? There was no oxygen. Is that the difference? Correct? CuO was there, Cu is there, there is no oxygen. What happened here? Removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen is termed as reduction. Okay? So what is oxidation? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. The opposite, removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen is called as reduction. Okay? Then next comes your redox reactions. Redox reactions, from the word itself you can understand that it is reduction and oxidation. Correct? So, the reactions in which oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously are called as redox reactions. Fine. So, let's see an example. What is this? Copper oxide. What's this? Hydrogen. So, copper oxide is reacting with hydrogen to form copper and water. Just check here. CuO is forming Cu. What is the difference between CuO and Cu? There is no oxygen. That means removal of oxygen. What is removal of oxygen? Reduction. So, CuO to Cu is reduction. See the next reactant. H2O is forming H2O. What is the difference between these two? There is addition of oxygen. What do you call? Addition of oxygen is called as oxidation. Correct. So this is oxidation. So in this reaction you can clearly see that there is oxidation and reduction occurring simultaneously. In any reaction, oxidation and reduction are occurring simultaneously, then it is called as a redox reaction. Now let's see one more example. This is your iron oxide and I have my hydrogen. So iron oxide and hydrogen are reacting to form iron and water. So observe here. Fe3O4 is forming Fe, right? H2O is forming H2O, correct? What happened here? Fe3O4, Fe. What's the difference? There is no oxygen. No oxygen means removal of oxygen. What is removal of oxygen? Yes, it is reduction. It is reduction. Here what is happening? To hydrogen there is addition of oxygen. What is addition of oxygen? Oxidation. So, if in a reaction, oxidation and reduction are occurring simultaneously, then you call that as a redox reaction. Clear? So, these are the different types of reactions which we have studied until now. Let me just brush up all those. So, what was the first reaction? Combination. Two or more reactants combining one single product, combination. Next, decomposition reaction. One reactant breaking down into two or more products is a decomposition reaction. But for breaking down, you need to give something. What are you giving? Heat, thermal decomposition, electricity, electrolytic decomposition. You're providing light, then it is photolytic decomposition. Third is your displacement reaction. More reactive metal displacing the less reactive metal is your displacement reaction. Next, double displacement reaction. Just your exchange of ions is your double displacement. All your neutralization reactions and all will be examples of double displacement reaction. Then we have learned about oxidation and reduction. Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is oxidation, or removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen is reduction. If in a reaction oxidation and reduction are occurring simultaneously, then it is a redox reaction. Clear? So in our next class we will be studying about the other types of reactions. Ma'am, what are there? Already we have covered so many reactions. There are reactions called precipitation reactions, exothermic reactions, endothermic reactions. So in next session we will be studying about exothermic reactions, endothermic reactions, precipitation reactions, and also corrosion and rancidity. I'll also be providing with your assignments. So there will be assignment worksheet also that will be given to you. So please follow us on our channels of Telegram, WhatsApp and YouTube for more updates. Okay, that's all for today and thank you.